What's up, you guys? Tristan Kraus here. Today I want to tell you guys about something that's going to be very useful to you and could possibly make you a ton of money in a short amount of time. And that is how to get an 800 credit score and even make money in the process. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, go ahead, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and then hit the like button, and then that way this video can get pushed out to more people and more people can learn how to get an 800 credit score and make money in the process. Alright guys, so let's just hop right into it about how to do this, because there's no need for either one of us to have our time wasted. So, first thing I want to tell you is that everything I'm about to tell you to do, I already did myself. This is exactly how I got to an 800 credit score and made thousands of dollars along the way. And this actually is very attainable, because I do want you to take note that I'm only 21 years old and I really don't make that big of a salary. I work for the military, so I make roughly $24,000 a year. So it's not like I'm bringing home a ton of bank. I just did this and this worked for me, and it can work for anyone. Alright, so step one, let's go a few years back to the day I turned 18. Now, the day I turned 18, I walked into my bank and I told them I need to get a credit card. So I'd already taken some personal finance classes in high school, and I knew that the best way to start building credit was to get a credit card. So the day I turned 18, like I said, I walked into the bank and I asked, what kind of credit card can I get? And of course they looked me up and found out that I had absolutely no credit whatsoever. But they did tell me that if I had some money, at least $300, I could get a secured credit card, which is exactly what I did. Now, I personally went for a $1,000 secured credit card just because I thought that would be a good idea at the time, and it really wouldn't have made a difference. But that was how I first started, and that was where my credit journey began. Now, at this stage, I really wasn't making any money by having the credit card, but it did lock that $1,000 into an account that was earning interest. So far, from the time I was 18 until now, I've made a total of $1.84 from having that credit card, and I've paid $0 in interest. So that's $1.84 in profit. Now, a little side note, as I've said in my other video, should you get a credit card, this is not the only way you could get a credit builder loan. I don't personally suggest this because it's going to end up costing you money. But if that's something that you're more comfortable with, I would highly suggest it. It'll build your credit just as well. You won't make money doing it, but like I said, it will get you to that 800 credit score. But if you want to put those 50s in your hand, I would highly suggest going with a secured credit card, maybe even one that offers cash rewards if you can find it. So now let's fast forward about a year from the day I turned 18. I was a little bit over 19 years old at this time, and my car had just broken down. And I didn't really want to get into anything used because my other car had just cost me so much money from repairs and tire changes and just all that general maintenance that wasn't taken care of for years before. So I wanted to get into something newer. And so I went to an auto dealer to try and get into a car that had just finished up with a lease. Now, they ran my credit, and to my surprise, at that point, just a year later, I had already reached a 650 credit score, which in my opinion is actually not bad, especially for a 19-year-old. Now, it is important to note that my credit wasn't that great at this point, and this specific loan really was going to do nothing but cost me money. So I didn't make any money from this loan, but it did show me how quickly I was building credit, and it kind of reestablished that what I was doing was right. And I would suggest getting a loan so that way you can have it, it'll spread out over years, and it'll be great for your credit length history, right? So when I got this loan, I got approved for it, and I believe I was paying 5% interest when I first got the loan, which for a 19-year-old getting a $20,000 car, that was not a bad deal. I had heard of other friends of mine having rates as high as 14, even up to 17%. So I was happy with the rate that I got. And so again, if you look at it in the perspective of saving money, like a penny saved is a penny earned, compared to the people who hadn't built any credit at this point, I was definitely saving money. So although it's not profitable in my eyes, I see it as specifically a liability. It entirely could be a profitable situation instead of paying so much interest on your car loan, you could be paying way less. And that has saved me money since then. So it is semi-profitable, but I'm not going to count that into my overall factor of how much money I've made from building this 800 credit score. Alright, so a couple months later, I decided to join the military, and I got hooked up with the bank known as Navy Federal. Now, I personally love this credit union, right? Everything about it, I love it. And another thing that I really love that they have is the Navy Federal Visa Signature Cash Rewards card, right? And that was the first credit card that I got from them. And I think I had a limit when I first started of about $5,000, and it's an awesome card. It gives you 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Now, again, I got this card right around the time I was 19, so I've had it for a little over 2 years now, and it's just made me so much money from hypothetical savings, but really it's just a credit card paying you back for using it, because I haven't paid even a single dollar in interest on that card, right? And what I kept doing was I kept raising my limit, because my credit score was suffering from the disparity between my overall credit limit and that loan. So as this moved up and this got chipped away, it just slowly shifted from a mid 700 score towards the 800 mark. Now at this point I still wasn't anywhere near the 800 mark, but I was working my way there, and I'll cover the final details in just a moment here. But what was really important was that I got hooked up with a credit card that was offering me cash back on all my purchases, and this in turn to this day has made me about $800, and it's cost me nothing in interest. I haven't paid $1 in interest rates, so it's just been a straight up profit of $800. Alright, now let's flash forward, actually back in time. Flash forward from the last credit card back in time from today, when I got my newest credit card, which is the Military Star card. Now the reason why I bought this card is because I spend the majority of my money on food. That's where most of my expenses come from. And this card gives you 10% cash back on all purchases made on food, right? So if you factor in that 10% as well as the 2% cash back that it gives you on all purchases, period, I'm saving 12% on every single purchase. Now, this increased my overall credit limit by an additional $6,000. And this final little bit was enough to propel me, so that way my percentage owed was under 30%. And it finally propelled me to that 800 credit score. And just August 5th, I believe, was the date where I officially broke past that 800 credit score, and I even broke into the 803. Now, through that Military Star card, I've been able to save over $250. And what that brings my total to is over $1,000. So I went to the bank today and I pulled out $1,000, and that was what I had fanned out in my hand, just so I could show you exactly how much money I made in the process of getting to that 800 credit score. So now I'd like to just recap and go step by step on what I did in order to get to that 800 credit score. So, started off by getting a secured credit card. Secured credit card that paid me a little bit of money based on having my money in a savings account that was locked out. So I couldn't move it, right? After that, I got an auto loan. A $20,000 auto loan that I got at a 5% interest rate. Of course, I refinanced later, but that's for another video. After I got the auto loan, I got my first real credit card. When I did that, I started getting paid rewards for using that credit card, and I got 1.5% cash back on all my purchases for years. After that, I followed that up by increasing the credit limit on that card to the point where it's now roughly $30,000. So that card has made it so that way my overall credit limit is just enormous. Then I finished it off by getting one more card that has brought me a ton of money in savings, and like we said, a penny saved is a penny earned, and that pushed my overall credit limit even higher, creating the disparity between my auto loan and my overall credit limit to the point where I was eligible to have an 800 credit score. Which means if I were to refinance now, especially with today's markets being so unprecedented and interest rates being so low, I could probably get my car loan down to as low as 1.7%. So that's how you got to do it. You can do it a little bit differently. Like I said, you could switch out that secured credit card with a credit builder loan. I personally wouldn't suggest it, but that's all on you. It's whatever's more comfortable for you. But if you follow those steps, it could take you as little as 3 years. That's how long it took me to get an 800 credit score and make a few hundreds, well actually $1,000 in the process of doing that. Alright guys, so that's how you do it. I hope that it works for you, and it absolutely will if you stick to it. It's going to take a little bit of dedication and a little bit of patience, but I promise it will pay off in the end. Again, I just want to ask you to hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so that way you can keep track of the videos that I will keep posting. And I will keep posting videos like this at least once a week from now on. That's a personal promise. Everybody have a good day.